more than maybe we normally would this week. So to start off with, we're going to come on down to a child's pose. So bringing the feet to the back of the mat, bring the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide apart. And if this isn't comfortable for you, you can bring a cushion or something like that underneath the knees if that helps. And we're going to fold our body forward, hands come out long, take a nice little stretch out through the back. Beautiful, taking a few more breaths here. Maybe a big sigh out. Letting the body settle in here. So make sure your forehead is supported. So make sure you've got it either on the mat or you can bring the hands underneath the forehead. So we don't want to be creating any tension through the neck here. Keeping the neck nice and loose, keeping the head supported. Taking about 3 or 4 more breaths here as we drop onto our mat. And really allow yourself the time to arrive onto your mat this morning. Because often we can have had a lot of things going on and it can mean we end up being a bit distracted when we do finally arrive onto our mat. So we'll take one more big deep breath. Let it all go. And then coming on up to all fours. Beautiful. Bring the knees in towards center. We'll take a little round of cat-cow here. So you may choose to just sway out through the hips a little bit. Get a little bit of movement. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, so engage those muscles down the back of the body. Maybe take a little wiggle side to side, looking around. Beautiful, just a couple more here. A little bit of movement through the neck. We'll take this into a little round of cat-cow here. So dip the belly looking up and exhale, rounding through. Beautiful. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, rounding through. Beautiful. Let's take a couple more here. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, rounding through. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Pushing our right foot back. Really push into the heel. So taking a little bit of a stretch through the calf here. You can push back through the hands. Push the hands down into the mat and release that one there. Let's take it onto the other side. So left toes plant down onto the mat. Push the heel back. Beautiful. Taking a little stretch and release it down. Let's take the other side. So pushing right back. And take it to the other side. Beautiful. Coming back to center and we'll tuck the toes under here. And we're just going to walk the hands back, taking a stretch out through the soles of the feet. So another little area that often doesn't get much of a stretch. So I'm keeping my hands on the mat for a little bit of support. If you can come all the way up into this high kneeling position without it causing too much of an issue through your feet, please feel free to do that. I personally can't because the soles of my feet get quite tight. So we do have muscles down the soles of our feet, which we often neglect if you're anything like me. As we take the time to slow down, this can be a great little stretch. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths, that is. Walking the hands forward and untucking the toes, and we'll take a little pat of the feet on the floor to massage them out. Awesome. From here, plant the hands down into the mat, and from here we're going to push it all the way back up to down dog. Beautiful. So this is an option only. If you feel like staying on all fours is serving you better this morning, then please feel free to do that. I'm going to take a little pedal out through the feet here. So bend one knee, push the opposite heel down, taking a stretch through the calf, through the Achilles, which I know my calves get horribly tight during the week. So this is a great opportunity to stretch them out. Keep the belly drawing in, keep the core engaged, keep the shoulders away from the ears. So the temptation is to let the shoulders creep up around the ears. Try and engage the muscles down the back of your body, down the back of your ribs, and draw the little bones of the elbows around towards the back of the room so the elbow creases come forward. So they sort of go round to the back. Taking one more breath here, coming back to center. And then slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands, however you get there. Beautiful. Once you arrive, taking a little ragdoll pose, so setting yourself up with a nice even stance, grasping opposite elbows, letting the body hang. Maybe taking a little sway from side to side. That's it. Taking one or two more breaths here. Hands releasing down to the mat, and then we roll on all the way up to stand. Taking it nice and slow this morning. Let's roll over. And I'm just going to spotlight my video for everything. I realized I hadn't done that. So take another couple of little rolls out of the shoulder. Here at the top of our mat. Beautiful. Settling into a nice tall stance, and then inhale, arms lifting all the way up, and exhale, folding forward. So inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold, plant the hands. And then from here, we're going to step our right foot back, drop the knee down, and then inhale, lifting on all the way up. Hands come up. Take another breath or two here. Let the hips sink forward. Take a nice little stretch into the hip flexor. And exhale, hands coming on down to the mat and stepping it back to all fours. Or you can take a plank on the knees, so depending on what works best for you. Take another breath or two here, holding your plank. Draw the belly in. Beautiful. And rolling the body forward, we exhale, lower all the way down to the mat with control. Inhale, take a little cobra pose, and exhale to lower. Let's go one more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. Plant the hands down, tuck the toes, keep the hands by the ribs, and we push back on up to down dog. Take another breath or two here. That's it. One or two more breaths. And then inhale, lift our right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Hover it through, take it nice and slowly. Work a bit of strength through the upper body and step it through. If you need, give it a helping hand. Hand onto the ankle. Keep your feet about shoulder width apart here, and we rise on up into this crescent lunge. Holding it here. Taking a few nice big deep breaths. Exhale, hands coming on down to the mat, and then inhale, stepping forward. Take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's lift on all the way up, and hands to heart center. Taking another couple of breaths here, hands at heart center. I'm just seeing your message on the Zoom, Anne. Is anyone else, no one else is having an issue hearing me, hopefully. Bringing the hands to heart center. If they're not already, let's take one more big deep breath here. Inhale, arms to rise on all the way up, and exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Plant the hands. We step back on the left leg this time, so opposite side. Left knee comes down to the mat. Inhale to lift. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, taking a stretch through the hip flexors. Big deep breaths in. Beautiful. Exhale, hands coming on down to the mat. And we step it back. Coming to this plank pose on the knees. So if you came to all fours last time, I'd encourage you to try the plank variation this time. Maybe a plank on the knees. Take another breath or two here. Strong core. And we roll the body forward. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Working strength through the upper body. Inhale, we take our little cobra. Exhale to lower. Let's take one more here. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. That's it. Plant the hands down by the ribs. Exhale. Pushing on all the way up, back to down dog. Take another couple of breaths here. Maybe a pedal out through the heels, through the legs. Beautiful. One more breath in. We're going to inhale. Lift that left leg nice and high to the sky. Keep the hips level here. Exhale. Bring the knee to the nose. Give it a helping hand if you need. And stepping it through towards the thumb. Inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. Coming down nice and low. Holding it here. Taking it nice and slow. Checking out the position of your front knee. Is that front knee over the heel or is it coming forward over the toes? If it's coming forward over the toes, step the front foot out a little bit longer stance here to keep that front knee over the heel. One more breath. And exhale, hands coming on down to the mat and we step forward. Take a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, lifting on up. Bring the hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to rise all the way up and exhale to fold. Take a halfway lift and exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Drop that right knee down towards the floor. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. Taking that stretch through the hip flexors. And exhale. Hands coming on down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under if you like. We're going to lift on up to a high plank position here. So holding your plank. Seeing if you can take the challenge and hold a plank here for 3, 2, and 1. We roll the body forward. Option to drop the knees down to the floor if you need. We're going to roll forward. Exhale, lower down. Don't let the hips drop. Use the upper body strength. Inhale, take our up dog or cobra. Take your pick. Up dog here. Core is switched on to support the lower back. Exhale, back through to down dog. Taking another breath or two here. Slowing it down again. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift up through that right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Hover and step it forward. Beautiful. Once your feet are stable, lifting on up to our crescent lunge. That's it. We're going to hold here, taking a couple of breaths. That's it. And exhale, hands coming on down to the mat. Inhale to step forward. Take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting on up. Hands to heart center. Take a moment. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, left leg. Beautiful. Drop that knee down. Inhale, lifting on up. Low lunge. Take another breath or two here. That's it. And exhale, hands coming on down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under, stepping it back. High plank. Make sure your hands are level here. Adjust them if you need. We're going to hold our plank. Shoulders away from ears for 3, 2, and 1. Roll the body forward. Drop to the knees if you need. Exhale, lower down, body in a nice long line. Sweeping it through, up dog or cobra. Chest comes through. Exhale, back through to down dog. Beautiful, setting it up. Taking a few deep breaths here. That's it. Inhale, we lift our left leg up high. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, stepping it through. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Crescent lunge. We've got a couple of deep breaths here. And exhale, hands releasing on down to the mat, stepping it forward. Take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands. Inhale, lifting on all the way up. Beautiful. Bringing the hands to heart center. Take another couple of breaths here. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right, followed by the left. We take our high to low plank, so set yourself up in your plank. Knees can come down if you need. Hover. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Lifting up through the hips, using the core here. Take another breath or two. Inhale, lifting up, right leg. Beautiful. Bend the knee, open through the hip if you like. That can give quite a nice stretch. And then bring that knee all the way around, through to the nose, and step it through. Give it a helping hand if you need. Inhale, let's lift up, crescent lunge. We're going to hold here. We've got 3 breaths. Settling in. Sometimes these holds can actually be harder than a faster flowing practice. Let's take one more breath in. And out. And this time we open out to warrior 2. So sink the back heel down towards the floor. Open the body out to the side and look out over the front hand. We're going to hold here for about 3 or 4 breaths as well. So checking out the alignment of your front leg. Is the knee over the heel or close to? And also, is your knee tracking in line with your toes, so left to right? Or is it winging in or out? So make sure your foot and your knee are in alignment here. One more breath, flip the front palm and we'll reverse our warrior. Take a nice little side stretch here, lifting that front hand up. Coming back to center, reach forward and coming into our side angle pose. So front elbow can be on that front knee, or you can drop it down towards the floor or a block. Take another breath or 2 here. Inhale, let's rise, flip reverse, and then windmill it all the way around to the mat. Lift that front leg or back heel up, and we step it forward, taking our standing splits. Beautiful. Lift that back leg as high as you can for 3, 2, and release it down. Take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or two here. Should be feeling it in that right leg by now. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, we step back. Left leg, then the right. Beautiful. Hold your plank here. We roll forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, back through to down dog, really lifting through the core here. Keep everything switched on. Taking a couple of breaths in here. Beautiful, one more breath. Inhale, let's lift up our left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee and open through the hip if you like. Taking one more breath, keep the shoulders nice and level. Bring the knee through to the nose. And we step it through. Beautiful, lifting on up, crescent lunge, we hold. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Settling in. Nice work. We've got another 2 breaths here. Awesome. From here, we open out to that warrior 2. Drop the back heel down towards the floor. Control it down, working a bit of strength through the ankles. Check out the alignment of your front knee here in this warrior pose. Keep the front knee as close to over the heel as you can, maybe a little bit back. And then make sure the knee is pointing straight out in front. So it's not winging off to one side, it's pointing straight out to the front of the room or to the mat. Take one more breath here. Keep that bend in the front knee, working strength through the leg. Inhale, let's flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Reaching forward, take our side angle. So, front elbow to that knee. If you like, you can let it release down towards the mat. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. Let's rise, flip reverse. Take that little side stretch and we windmill all the way around to the mat. And lift that back leg up. We take it into that standing split. So lift it high, working through that front leg, working a little bit of balance here. Lift that back leg a little bit higher if you can. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming on down, release. Take a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, let's lift all the way up. Hands to heart center. Take another breath or 2 here. I'm going to take one more round, nice and slow. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. Right leg, then left leg. Coming into our high plank, settling in. Roll it forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale back through to down dog. Take another couple of breaths here. Inhale, let's lift our right leg up high. Exhale, bring the knee to nose. and stepping it through. That's it. Inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Opening it out, warrior two. That's it. Keep the hips and spine in a nice long line here. Taking one or two more breaths. Inhale, let's flip and reverse. Exhale, let's windmill all the way to our side angle. Settling it in here. Hold your balance. Let's inhale, rise, flip and reverse. Windmill all the way around to the mat. Beautiful, hands come down, lift that back leg up, bring the weight into the front leg. Lift the back leg a little bit higher, keep the hips nice and level here. One more breath. Exhale, release that foot down towards the floor. Take a halfway lift and fold. Beautiful, inhale, let's lift on all the way up. Hands to heart center. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. That's it. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. Then go the opposite side, followed by the followed by the right, sorry. As long as you've got both legs back. Roll the body forward, strong plank here. Exhale to lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Beautiful, exhale, back through to down dog. That's it, take another breath or two here. That's it, inhale, lift that left leg up high. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, stepping it through. Taking it nice and slow and controlled. Inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. That's it. Taking another couple of breaths here. That's it. Opening on it out, warrior two. Drop the back heel down. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears here. Nice tall posture. That's it. Flip that front palm. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, coming back to center. Reach forward. Tilting it into side angle. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's rise, flip and reverse. Windmill it all the way around to the mat. Lift the back heel, bring the weight into the front leg, standing splits. Keep the hips nice and level here, taking one or two more breaths. Lift that back leg a little bit higher and slowly release it down. Take a halfway lift and release. Beautiful, inhale, lifting on all the way up. Hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths in here. That's it. Let the heart rate settle a little bit here. We're going to come into a little balance pose. So, we're going to come into a nice long held balance tree pose this morning. So, setting yourself up potentially towards the front of your mat or wherever's convenient. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up, lift the right leg up. And from here, we're going to bring it out to the outside. So rotate that knee out to the outside And if you like, we can grab the ankle and draw the heel in towards the thigh, or to the calf, or to the ankle. If you need a little bit of help with your balance, toes on the floor, heel just above the ankle, or to the calf, or all the way up. So take your pick here, just making sure that your foot is not on your knee joint. So we don't want to be pushing on the knee joint. We want to protect that knee joint. We'll take another 2 or 3 breaths here. Inhale, lifting on up with the arms, release the leg, lower the leg down. So sometimes our balance poses can be a great way of slowing down because we've really got to pay attention to what we're doing to actually hold our balance. So inhale, arms to rise, lift the left knee, bring it to the outside, and heel comes in to either just above the ankle, the calf, or to the thigh, depending on how your balance is going this morning. So core pulls in, really engage the belly, engage everything all the way up and down the body. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving. 2 more breaths. Inhale, slowly release, lift the arms, release the foot, and release it all the way down to the mat. Taking a little bit of a shake out. That's it. We're going to take one more round here before we come on back down to the mat. So from here, let's go. Inhale, arms to rise. Bring that leg out to the side. Doesn't much matter which side. We're going to do both sides anyway. Heel comes into the thigh, or to the calf, or down low. So take your option here. Really squeeze that standing leg into the heel of the lifted leg. Belly draws in. Keep the hips nice and level here, so don't let the hips sway off to one side. 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing down. If you're anything like me, the muscles in my feet are screaming right now. Inhale, lifting on all the way up. Lift the knee, bring it to the outside, and bring it in. Setting yourself up. That's it. Nice work. Second side here. Second side, second round. You can lift on up through the arms if you like. Take 2 or 3 more breaths. 3 and 2, 1. Slowly release. Give those legs a nice little bit of a shake out. And from here, I'm going to sink on down, all the way down to the mat. So taking a little forward fold, maybe sink the hips into a little bit of a squat here. If that feels good, can give a nice stretch to the calves as well. And then take another breath or 2 here. And we're going to come on all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. From here, slowly releasing all the way down to the mat. So taking our little boat pose and slowly start to release your body all the way down to the mat. So you really use the core here, slow and controlled, rolling down. Maybe take a hug of the knees in towards the chest. We're going to take 2 rounds of our bridge pose here. So bring the heels in towards the butt, hands come down on the mat, and we're going to lift on up. First round is just going to be a basic bridge. So push the feet into the floor, lift the hips on up, keep the knees in line with the hips or shoulders. If you want a little bit more, you can clasp the hands underneath your hips and draw the shoulders under a little bit. So we're going to take about 3 or 4 more breaths here. 3 and 2, 1. Next breath releases us down to the mat. Taking a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Beautiful. Setting yourself up for your second round here when you're ready. So bringing the knees back in towards center. So really set yourself up. So you've got an option to come into that previous version, or I'm going to offer you an option if you want a little bit more for a full wheel pose. So first option, we're all going to start together lifting the hips up off the floor. Beautiful. You've got an option to stay here, clasp the hands underneath if you like. Otherwise, if you wanted to come into your wheel pose, setting yourself up, hands by your ears, and push into the hands and push into the legs. So you might come up onto the crown of your head first, set your hands up, and maybe pushing all the way up into your full wheel pose. Only do this if you feel comfortable, taking 1 or 2 more breaths, and then slowly tuck the chin, bring it on down nice and controlled. Bridge pose, you can slowly start to come on down again. Being very mindful, if you've come into that wheel pose, you may wish to take a little roll through the wrists. That can be quite a tough pose on the wrists. From here, I'm going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Beautiful. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. And then from here, just take it into a pigeon pose. So let's slowly rock and roll all the way up to a seat and rolling on over the ankles, moving your way back to a down dog. Lifting on all the way up. Beautiful. And from here, lift up the right leg, bend and open through the hip. And then bring that knee all the way forward, except this time bring the knee to the wrist. Ankle comes towards the opposite wrist. You may choose to adjust the ankle slightly if you need. And then from here, we're going to bring a block or cushion underneath the right hip if you like. And we're going to take a little fold forward here, really stretching into that right glute and right hip. And pushing back to a down dog, we'll bring this onto the other side. Lift the left leg up, bend and open through the hip. Bring the knee to the wrist and ankle to opposite wrist and settle in on the other side. Resting here and then coming into your Shavasana when you're ready.